Hello, hello, hello. Got a few people here ready. Welcome to Live at 7. And we're right on 7. I actually got my timer done on time today. Do we have anyone? Yep, hi. Hi, Sue. Hi, Michelle. Oops, just let me turn off the phone so we don't get feedback there. All right, that's just my backup. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Denise. Currently have a mother-daughter and granddaughter trip to Melbourne for the musicals. Oh, you are? Joe and I are going next week or the week after. Which musicals are you seeing? Hi, Jackie. Hi, Anne. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Anne. We're going to see Moulin Rouge and Elvis. So we've just got 2 nights over there in a couple of weeks. So looking forward to that. Hi, Jude. I think you might be new here, are you? You new? Hi, Veronica. Kerry Lee, hello. Hi, Susan on YouTube. Marg, hi. I've actually switched off the stream to the Facebook group this week, so no one goes on there where I can't see who you are, where you're just a Facebook user, so I can see all your names. Moulin Rouge, Mamma Mia, and the Friends set. I don't know about the Friends set. We decided not to do Mamma Mia because I've seen that 3 times. I've seen it here in Hobart and in Melbourne and on Broadway. Might have seen it in Sydney too. I've seen it a lot. Moulin Rouge is amazing. I've seen it 3 times. Okay. I was going to say, Janie, I thought you'd be down here already. Still packing. Okay. It's cold. It's going to be snow tomorrow. Snow down to 600 meters. So when you get here, you'll probably be able to see snow on the mountain. Hi, Rhonda. So pack your warm clothes. Another cold snap coming. Well, even now I've got my blankie on and it's pretty cool and it's raining. So bring some warm coats and layers, Janie. Yes, so 10:40 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Let's hope there's no weather like there was today and 100 flights cancelled. So 100 flights cancelled out of Sydney because of the weather, but that meant that flights were cancelled everywhere else as well. I know there were some cancelled or delayed in Hobart because I guess the planes didn't get in from Sydney. Hi, Sue. Not many planes overnight here in Hobart, so we're waiting for them to come in from other places. So fingers crossed for you tomorrow, Janie. Hi, Anna. I think you might be new. Hi, Sue. And Sue, 9 o'clock in the UK, 9 a.m. it would be in the UK, Susan, I think, wouldn't it? Yes. Hi, Yvonne. 9 degrees now, Cheryl. It's pretty cold. Hi, Judy. Welcome back. I heard you were back. Well, I knew you were coming back, and I said to Jo last night as she heard from you, she said you'd popped in. I missed you. Sorry. We'll have to catch up and hear all about the trip. You were very quiet. I said to Bev when she was in, we haven't heard much from Judy at all. So had a nice peaceful holiday without being connected. Hi, Liz. Yeah, so yes, another cold snap down here. Tonight is the evening of the judges for the Island Quilts exhibition. That's our state Tasmanian Quilt Guild, so it's our state quilt exhibition. With Craft Alive this weekend, starting tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. So I normally go to the evening with the judges. Last year I was a judge, so I had to speak at it, but yeah, not there tonight because I'm here with you. So I actually didn't see any advertising about it to where to buy the tickets until someone forwarded it to me yesterday. But anyway, I decided to come and chat to you instead. But I am sort of feeling like not being there and seeing all the prize winners tonight. But I'm sure I'll hear all about it, and I'll pop down to the show on Sunday. So I'll have a good look at all the quilts and see who won all the prizes, or just see who was organised enough and brave enough to put a quilt in, because it takes all sorts of quilts for a great exhibition. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Cindy. Hi. Yeah, so that's on tonight out at the Moona Arts Centre. So I know a lot of people will be out there. Tina won't be watching. She'll be out there, and several others. Okay, so we've got quite a few on here. So I guess we can make a start. A few things to show you, a few things, and one thing to demonstrate, but a few things to show you. Hi, Wendy. If you are new here, I think we might have a couple of new ladies here, but if you are new here, if you can see this little jar in the corner of the screen there, Okay, see that little bubble just fell down into it? So everyone that makes a comment, even if it's just hello, every time you make a comment, your little face drops down into that lottery jar, into the winner's jar, and at the end I draw a winner for a little prize. Susan, heading to craft show on Saturday, hoping to visit the shop on Monday with my list to buy. Sounds good, Susan. Yeah, we'll be open as normal Friday, Saturday, and Monday. Tilly's actually manning the shop on Saturday, but I might be there in the shed quilting a quilt for some of it. But yeah, we're not actually having a booth at Craft Alive this year. When it's just a few blocks up the road, it's a big effort to move everything up there, and most of the visitors to the show see us in the shop all the time, so we just found it wasn't, and I had no staff available, so no one else was available to sit there for the weekend, surprisingly. Okay, so we're not going to be there, but hopefully it'll be a great show, and I'm sure the exhibit will be wonderful. So, and it's a lovely spot down there on the waterfront for those that are coming down just for it. Okay, so what have we got to show you? All right, I'll start with just the pile. I'll open the pile that Joe sent home, and I will, oops, I don't want that solo, I don't want that there, so I just want it there. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that, and that should be there. Okay, so we'll start with, let's switch to overhead. I don't know why that's showing that, because that's the wrong one. Overhead's here. Okay, right, that didn't make sense to me. So we had some new fabrics come in yesterday from Moda, and this is Blueberry Delight from Bunny Hill, and something for Bunny Hill for Moda. She always says beautiful, but she tends to always do pinks and reds, and this time she's done a blue range called Blueberry Delight. So we've only got fat 8 and fat quarter bundles. We didn't actually get the yardage, but it's actually really pretty. I'm just going to add that to the comments. Hi, Leanne. So yeah, so fat 8 packs. It's really pretty, and she's got some lovely patterns in it too. Now that I'm seeing it, I'm thinking, oh, why didn't we get any yardage? Because it's a sort of a slightly different blue. But anyway, we didn't. We were probably full and broke when we had to order it like 6 months ago, even longer than that. So, hi, Leanne, the other Leanne H and Leanne H. We're both here. Hi, Lynn. So that's Blueberry Delight. I think it's really pretty. It's a delight. So it's got creams, lovely blues. Oh, I've got a flower very similar to that. And a little bit of like tanny colours here. But mostly, and then the soft blue, medium blue, up to a navy blue. So that's really pretty. Okay. Hi, Jane. Anyone else did I miss there? No, I saw all of you. Okay. So that's Blueberry Delight. We've only got fat quarter packs and fat 8th packs, so you have to be quick for that one, but I just put the link in the comments. So if you want those, you can go in and grab those. They're early releases. So sometimes we get a few early releases before the rest come in a couple of months' time. So if you want to be in quick, grab those. All right, next, what has she shown me? I remember the my very big bag pattern. Oh, I was going to show you next, but I can't find it now. Oh, there it is. So the very big bag pattern that I made. Can you see that? Okay. So Joe found these ones, which are quite similar, but I don't think they're very big. I don't think they're as big. But it's a pucker-up tote, and it's got the same eyelet sort of idea in it. Eyelets and the handles through it. So very similar to the very big bag, but they're called Bodobo bags by Ticklegrass Designs, or the Pucker Up Project tote. I'm not quite sure if they're actually called that or they're called that. But anyway, I did add those to the website today, and I must have a look at those and see how she's made them. But they look like a really nice tote with the grommets or the eyelets that we've got a lot of in stock now, and it's it'd be a nice little bag to try if the very big bag is just too big, because it is a very big bag. But I did see a finished one last night at Modern Quilt Group, and Karen had finished hers. She added some pockets inside, and she also used the waterproof fabric on the bottom half of it, so if she sat it on the ground and it was wet or muddy or something or dirty, then it was protected and she could wipe it off. And what did she do? And she I suggested that she also put webbing strapped through the handles so it was a bit stronger, and she's done that as well. So it looked really nice. I wish I had a photo of it. Karen, I haven't seen. Oh, she's probably at evening with the judges. Otherwise, she's normally here, and she could show us a photo. Okay, the next thing, little groovy tool that has come in. These are called position and press silicone tools, and they're a set of from Gypsy Quilter, who make all sorts of things. But they're a set of 4 tools, and these little bits here are silicone. Okay, they look a bit weird. But how many times are you ironing over edges or ironing things, or and particularly with a steam iron, and you burn your fingers because you're holding it with your finger and you're trying to iron it, and the steam's going everywhere and you just burn your fingers. So these for those times where you need to press and you don't want to burn your finger, and you can use all of these things. So I think that would be good as a sort of another sort of applique tool too, like for bringing over the edges onto hexes and things like that. Potentially use it for that. Or if you're pulling over fabric over a mylar template or something like that where you are pressing it, then this would be really good to just pull it over, hold it, and then iron it, so that you're not burning your fingers. So I'm just going to put, if I switch, take solo off, you might be able to see. Let me just see if I can make that in the big one. Just trying to switch the positions over. Didn't, nearly worked. Oh, no. I want this one here. I want the little one to be big, but if you can see that, it's got, if we go solo on, there. Can you see that? See that little photograph there? That's sort of showing you, even if it's just holding your bias line and things down like that. So, yeah. Yeah, I reckon you could use them for pulling over when you're gluing as well, Melissa. I think you could. Yeah. So they're a new little set of tools that have come in. I'm sure there'll be lots of uses for those. Matilda said that they were makeup tools for smoothing out your makeup, and maybe they could be used for that as well. I don't know. Apparently you can get makeup ones, silicone makeup tools. All right. I'll just put those back in the packet. And we'll move on to the next thing. So I'm going back. I've got so many cameras here now. Going back to here. I've added that, haven't I? I've added that. Let's just hide that for now. All right. Next one is the this is our Christmas one for today. Let me pull out on the camera as far as I can. And this is the crazy, it's the back of the crazy Christmas tree runner. Okay, so it's a little table runner. Maybe you can see it on the pattern there. It's actually really fun to make, and you can make a whole quilt out of it, but the actual block is really fun to make. And this table runner's got 4 blocks in it. And it's just it's sort of what's called crazy. The method is sort of quite free, improv sort of method, but it does use a template or a ruler, and you do use that to get your angles and everything, or you can just make your own template. But a lot of you would already have a 45-degree ruler. It's just a 45-degree triangle ruler, or we have those as well. I just use the leftovers to piece the back, so the back actually looks all right as well, but that is the front. You can see, I'll switch to the front camera and see if I can show you the whole thing. Okay. So that's a really, really, really fun project, and I will add that in the links. Okay, next, what else has she given me here? Something I just thought of. Oh, I know what I'm going to show you next. So I've got 3 Snaggly Bug rugs in. So for those people, cute quirky trees, nice piece back, love the silver fabrics. Okay, just checking the messages. Yeah, it's a great Christmas. It's a really nice, it's a good funky Christmas pad. And we have, and I mention we have kits as well. So kits in the colorways that I just showed you. So in the actual sample colorways, we've still got kits available for those. That come with the pattern, and you can get the ruler if you don't have one. Okay. We've got those who make Snaggly Bug rug blocks. I've got 3 in, ready to be finished off. Just come this week from Hillary. So ready to be finished off and delivered next week. So I'll try and show you as much as I can. So there's this one. And I'll put them on the overhead in a minute. We can look what they are. And then there's this one. And I know this girl wanted like big cats and leopard prints. So I think you've done well there. Followed the brief well. And I think this one, oh, I'm not sure. It must have been unicorns and rainbows, I think. So there's this one here. So we had 2 more requests go out this week, and they're all full. We've got people making those for us, thankfully. But yeah, lots of requests coming in at the moment. I'll just straighten up that camera. So this one, add unicorns. Let's go in a bit closer. Here I just see there's someone new there. Isabel from New Zealand. Hello. On holiday. How much is the Crazy Christmas kit? The kit with the pattern is $58, Janie. Okay, so this one has unicorns and more unicorns. And then she has quilted it, bunnies. She's quilted it in, oops, got a few threads to deal with here still, unicorns. I know we've seen this one before, but there's actually unicorns quilted and stars and rainbows. I can see it. Maybe you can see it on the back a bit more. Not sure if you can see, if you can zoom in, but here's the unicorn's horn, whatever it's called, antler horn. And there's another one, and there's stars and swirls. So always comes up with great quilting patterns. This one was the big cats and leopard prints. And oh look, I've just realized that is quilted in cat paw prints. Can you see that? Can you see the cat paw print? How clever is that? Hillary must have such a library. So yeah, it's paw prints and then a few little sort of swirls in between them. How perfect is that? And we've got lots of different leopard prints and things for that one. So that's the second one. And then the last one, I can't remember what the theme was. Might have just been, can't remember what the theme was for this. Might have just been animals, because we've got giraffes and teddies and gumnut babies, elephants, trucks and tractors. All right, can't quite remember what the theme was on this one, but anyway, I'm sure they'll love it. And it is just quilted in butterflies, this one. Okay, yeah, quilted in butterflies. So there's 3 more Snuggly Bug quilts once I've finished them. So I've got to finish the borders and label them and photograph them. That will be going into some well-deserving young children to make a difference to their lives. All right, next I'm going to show you. Hi, Caroline, welcome. And Liz, hi. Our new, I might have talked about them last week, did I? I can't quite remember. But a new range of what we're calling easyapp packs. And we've got quite a range of them. I'll just put that link in. And did I put that one in? Okay. And then I'll hide those. So we've got quite a range of them, and they're just different flower designs that I've used over the years, but things that can just be used in anything. And then they've been laser cut on the applique paper. Now, there's about depends what it is, what size they are, but about this one's got 4 each of these flowers. This one's got 8 each of these. So they've got all varying amounts in them. And it's just basically for you to use in your own applique designs, what I call, or what Kathy Doherty calls organic applique. Basically, you just find your designs and you just make up your own and see how and as it goes. So some of them are from projects, like this one, for example, was used in the Tara Leah tote and the Shack Bagley block book. So it's the same flower, so you can then just use it on your own project, or if you wanted to make that several times, you can get more. Hi Cheryl, hi Susie, hi Sue. Oops, late again. Yes, it's all right, you can catch up on the replay. So when they're cut, they are cut in 4 layers at once, and they're laser cut. Now, because it's cut from our applique paper, which is iron-on, it's got the fusible on the back, and then they're cut with the laser cutter, which is a very, very high heat. It does seal the edges in, the glue of the edges, so you do need to pull them apart into the 4 layers. So when it's only 2 layers, it's quite easy. When it's 4, it's a bit harder. That's only 2 there. It's already, some of them might come apart on their own, and some of them you need to get your nail in there and pull them apart. Okay, so you need to make sure you do that, and then you've got the shiny side with the glue, and you can feel that quite easily where the shiny side is. So it could be 4 layers stuck together, it could be 2 layers stuck together. It depends on how they've pulled out of the bed, but you do need to get your nail in there and pull them apart. Doing it in the 4 layers means that we can make it more affordable. Otherwise, pulling up 1 layer at a time, it takes 4 times longer to actually pick them up than it does to cut them. So yeah, it makes it more affordable if we can cut them in several layers, but it does mean you've got to spend the time and peel them apart. But I'm sure that's possible. Okay, and then I have done one little sample of a pack. Well, I'm halfway through a sample of a pack. So this was that pack that I showed you that was the same as the Shack Bagley book, except that it's got 8 flowers in it. So it's a 5-petal double flower. It's got 8 flowers and 32 leaves. So I've used the whole pack on this. So I'm just in the process, here's my needle here, of stitching that down. But I've just used all scrappy Tilda fabrics. Don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I probably should have thought about that before I actually just glued it all on, but I might just make a nice little sort of long bolster cushion, I think, bench seat cushion or something like that. But how pretty does that look? And there was no pattern, there was no layout. I just glued them all on to fuse them all onto my fabrics, sort of chose a contrast between the 2 petals and worked it out. And then positioned them all on the background until I was happy with it, then glued it down with my Roxanne's glue, pressed it so it was all set, put some stabilizer. So I did put Hugs and Kisses stabilizer on the back, stitchery stabilizer, just to stop it puckering too much while I'm doing my stitching, keeping it nice and flat. And I'm hand appliquing this. You could choose to machine applique it as well. So this won't be a pattern. It'll just be this pack, and you use it how you like. And we've got 9 different packs to start with, so I can't wait to see what everyone does with them. My aim would be for me to use all 9 packs and do a large sort of floral quilt, but that's in my head. Whether I get the time to do that or not, I don't know. But yeah, it's just to encourage you to use them how you like and actually play and have fun and come up with amazingly beautiful things like this. Yes, it was what I was doing last night, Marg. Didn't get many stitches done last night, but yeah. So that's the new Easy App Packs. There's a whole new category on the website under Habby called Easy App, and that's where you see them all. I did ask in the Facebook group a few weeks ago for ideas of other shapes, and I've got a huge big long list. So we will expand into other shapes, but let's just start with these 9 packs to start with. I can't make samples of everything, but if anyone buys some and makes a sample, please let me know. Please send me a photo and allow me to use it as an example of how people can use the packs, because I can only make so many samples just to show you how to use it, but it does give me something to do as well. Okay, so, and of course I'm doing it in Tilda because we'll take it to the Tilda Jubilee weekend in Melbourne in February as well. Okay, so that was that. Donna has been busy. Donna, who works in the shop for us, and I don't think she's here tonight. Maybe she went to evening with the judges, although Anne is here, so maybe she didn't, because I thought she was going with her. Anyway, she has been busy remaking a Simply Sonia bag sample for me, again in Tildas, ready for next year. But they're cutting these kits tomorrow. So the original Simply Sonia, I think I put the link up, it was in like oranges and low volume sort of prints, nice, bright and modern. And this is a remade one. So it's a project pouch. It's been around for a few years, and we've sold hundreds of them. But this one got the lovely lace zipper on it here. It's got the clear vinyl, so you can see what's in your project, which one you're grabbing to take, which one you're picking up. And then we've got clamshells, which I'm not doing tonight. I'm doing applecores tonight, but clamshells along here, and then applique. Again, it comes, you can buy a pre-cut laser cut pack of these papers, or you can just trace your own. So it's an extra onto the pattern, I think, yeah, in here. So it's like, if you go to the listing, you'll see you can add the pre-cut pack if you don't want to trace your own. And a little bit of stitchery on it. So that's gorgeous, isn't it? Thanks, Donna. She's made that. And I think I added that. Did I add that to the links already? Let's see. If I didn't, I will now. So, yeah. Add that in there. So many pretty things. Thanks, Anna. I did have a few to show you tonight that Jo sent home. So in love with Simply Sonia. This version, Wendy, or have you seen the original one? The original one, yeah, it was more bright, but and I'm not sure if we still have kits for the original one. I think we do, actually. If you like the more bright and modern, low volume sort of looking one. That was in my Basically Hugs range, I think, and Basically Low fabrics. But yeah, it's very pretty in the Tilda, isn't it? Very pretty and beautifully made by Donna. Look at her beautiful applique curves. Perfect. I've trained her well. Yeah, gorgeous. So that's really pretty. Okay. So the final thing I've got to show you was I was going to do a little demo of applecores, because I'm actually doing a project at the moment, a secret project. So this will only be half secret now. Using applecores. So I thought, well, while I have to do them, I will demonstrate, and then you get to, it gives me something to demonstrate, and then you know how to do it. So you've got a free demo there. All right, so this is my layout guide for my pattern. Okay, so I've got that in front of me, whereas when I did the diamonds a few weeks ago, I thought I could remember and I didn't, and I got it all wrong. So I thought I'd better bring that this time. And I've taken all my applecore papers. So these are the EPP iron-ons, which I don't have any right here with me. Yes, I do. So these papers, EPP iron-on papers. They come in a pack that looks like that, except obviously different shape. They are fusible on one side, and then they're cut from the applique paper, which is iron-on leave-in for EPP. So I've fused them all to the back of my fabric, and I've cut them out, leaving a good hefty 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now with applecores, they look really tricky because they're curves and they've got these inner curves, and you think, how on earth are you going to hand sew all those inner curves? Well, the way I do it, we don't hand sew any inner curves. We don't actually even have to match any inner curves. So it's actually really easy. So all we want to do is glue over the outer curves. So the 2 outer curves there. I'll just turn that light box off because it's quite bright. Oh, it's not turning off. Usually it turns off when I don't want it to. Okay, unplug it. So all we're going to do is run our glue around the outer curve and then fold up until we fill the edge and pinch and gather around the outer curve. Just let it feed around the curve. And then do the other outer curve. Okay, so it's just, sorry, it's a bit busy underneath there, but we've just glued these 2 outer curves, and the inner curves, oops, you're just leaving flat. So we've glued the outer curves, inner curves, just leaving flat like that. All right, I think that was there. I've got one, I know it might have been there. Got one more to do. The rest I've all pre-prepared, so you didn't have to sit and watch me do 70 of them. Okay, so now I've got them all pre-glued, ready to go. Now I sort of laid them out following my little diagram, which will be in the pattern, so that I've got them nice and even, well, fairly evenly spread. I didn't pay too much attention to it. It's scrappy. I've got about 14 different fabrics, so it's quite scrappy. But I just tried to look where the dark ones were, where the red was against the light, and so on and so forth, to get them fairly evenly spread. I can see there that maybe I could have had, oh no, that's pretty good. I'll just leave it as it is. Okay. And then the way we do this is, put my light box back on now. So what we want to do, I'm just going to move these down a bit. Actually, no, I'll move them up. And we'll just start with this bottom row here because that's on the camera. What have I done here? All right, Bentley's just eaten part of a blanket and he's just dry reaching. Is he just choking, is he? No. Okay, he's given up. That's all right, it's not dying yet. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Hello. Hi, Renee. You're new. Game changer. Yes, Sharon wouldn't do EPP any other way now except for the iron-ons. Right, so what we want to do is, if you can see through this light box here, I've got that, I want to get it as bright as I can. I can see where the edge of my paper is there underneath through the seam allowance, okay? So on here, there's the edge of my paper. Want me to go a bit closer? Let me zoom in a bit. Oh, you are there, Fiona. I was just thinking you weren't here. Yes, I can see you, Fiona. You missed earlier, but I actually turned off the feed into the group because the group wasn't showing me who you were. So now you're watching it on the page, which works. So that's good. All right. So here's the edge of my paper. If I turn it over the right side up, I can see through my light box where the edge of the paper is. So I'm just going to put little dots of basting glue along just the seam allowance, and that's why we want a nice wide seam allowance there. Okay, and then I'm going to put the edge of this one right up using the light box on that seam allowance so it meets the paper. And I'm also going to look at this curve and follow the edge of the paper that way. So I need that to be the edge of the paper and it meets right there. But again, because it's on my light box, I can see that. Probably had my hand right over that, did I? So let me see here. So I'm following this curve, and then through the light box I can see where the edge of my paper is underneath, and I'm making sure that that's a continuous curve there. The next one, I'm going to put dots of glue on the seam allowance, and then I'm going to slide that up until it's right up to the edge of the paper. And again, I'm going to make sure that that curve is continuing along there where I can see the edge of the paper through the fabric with the light box. Next one. I'm going to glue that one on. I was just going to say, tell me if I'm going off screen, but you can't actually speak to me, so you can't tell me. Well, unless I look up and see the comments. Robin, hello, Robin, welcome. That's right, Fiona, you are on a retreat. You're obviously already there, are you? You've made it up to, was it Wodonga the retreat was, I think? The Quilters retreat. Yes, you should be there. Well, thank you for dumping the Quilters and coming watching me. All right, and I continue on until I've got my whole row done and making sure that my curve is lined up and continuous the whole way along. And then I should also have a nice straight line. Okay, so my curve should be going smoothly along there like that. Now, normally I would then press this to set that glue, but I'm not set up with an ironing mat as well, so I'm not quite sure how well that's going to hold. I'll move on to my next row, which actually now I think I've mucked up my layout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This actually is not meant to be there. It was meant to be there. All right. So I'm going to start on this one. And I'll just put the glue on all my sides at once, so I don't have to keep picking it up. And then I'm going to start with this row. Are you all still with me? I'm not looking at my comments, so hopefully you're hanging in there. All right, now I'm thinking I am going to have to press this, or they're just not going to dry in time. So I'll just get my iron plugged in. It's down here somewhere. I'm just going to slide up here and get myself just a little ironing surface. I'll be back. So ironing this Roxanne's glue dries it quickly and sets that glue nice and strong. Oh, that's not. Why isn't it turning on? Whoops, that wasn't meant to happen, nor was that. Too many things on my desk tonight. Works fine when you're set up where you're organised and set up. When you're trying to do it in a camera space, a bit trickier. Okay, so just going to set that glue, dry it, and set it. And because you want to make sure it's sticking nicely for the next step, because there is still another step to come. Okay, so then what we do, back on camera. So this now goes 1, 2 there. So that lines up with that there. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to put little dots of glue on all my flat seam allowances. And again, this is why you want a nice big seam allowance. You can go as generous as you like. But even just you leave it a square if you want. And then what you do is we need to put the first one like that, and then we weave it. So the flat bits go underneath. And if you've lined it up properly, it should all just weave in amongst each other. I'm going to be naughty and just iron on this light box and hope that I don't burn it. And that's my 2 rows put together. Did that make sense? Could you see that? So what I've done is I've put my folded side on top, and then I've flipped it up and put the folded side of this on top, and then that one on top of there on the flat side underneath. The folded one came over, folds on that side. So you're just weaving it so that all the folded bits are on top and all the flat bits are underneath. And then when you're sewing, when you're stitching it all down, all you're going to do is stitch along the row and then stitch along that row. And that's how you get your complete panels together. Does that make sense? I think I've got that right. 1, 2. Yes, I have got that right, except there's meant to be another one there, but we'll sort that out later. And so that's how you do the apple course without any curved piecing. Let me see. Which light pad do you use, please? Let me just go back to the... Oh, I've missed a few. Okay. So we've got Game Changer apple core blocks. It's the only way I've ever done them, actually, Melissa. I must have, when I first started, seen someone doing it like that or worked it out, but I've never done it where you actually piece it. Needle turned every seam, lots of practice. Well, it would have been practice, Andrea, that's right. Never thought about using a light box. Never done apple core shapes, but I know how the easy way. Yep. Which light pad do you use? This is a Triumph A3 size light pad. Shelley. And have not tried this shape. It is a trickier shape, but it's not actually that tricky. Same as clamshells. There's no curve piecing in that either. I'll show you that another time. But it does make it so easy. But it certainly is easier one with the light box, and then you do want to be able to press it as well. So if you can just either press on your light box or slide it straight off onto your ironing board and press so that it all sticks together, because you can imagine as you're trying to weave, if these weren't stuck down well, they're just all going to come apart. And they're going to, you're going to get very frustrated. Okay, not so intimidated now. Heaps easier than sewing them. Might try applecores after doing queen size quilt the other way. Oh no, Sue. Oh well, obviously you're an expert at it. How do you finish off the unturned edges under when you have finished? So in this particular instance, Veronica, I'm actually going to cut a template. I'm going to make a piece of fabric and cut a template out of it. But if you were going to do it where you see the edge of the apple core, then just like I did in these ones last week, you'll just do a couple of little snips on the inner curve and you'll just glue under the inner curves as well. So it's quite easy to glue in the inner curves, but it's only if you actually are going to see the end. Most times with apple cores, sometimes you'll do a couple. You'll see on a very traditional reproduction type quilt, they might do apple cores around a border, and then so some of those will have their ends curved, pressed under, and it's quite easy to glue it under. So just a couple of little snips and glue it under. What's not easy is if you have glued it under, is to right sides together and whip stitch those around the curve, like if you were hand piecing the two together. That's not the easy bit. So this is a much easier method there, but it is quite possible to glue them under. Any others? Gidget, you won't believe this, but I cut a piece of paper with my rotary cutter on my light box. Yeah. Well, you just saw me iron on it. It just survived. I wouldn't normally do that because I'm sure it is glass. Oh, well, I think it's glass. I think it's a glass. Well, it could be a plastic, so I probably shouldn't iron on it. But there's something to invent. If any of you are engineers, invent me a light box that is ironable. And it'd be even better if you cut on it as well, wouldn't it? Actually, there may be a company, I reckon, last time I was in the US at Quilt Market, that had a cuttable light box. Yeah, it is plastic. I think it is plastic, yeah. But I don't know about I don't think it was an ironable one, but I think there is one that had grids on it and you could actually cut on your light box as well. So there you go. That's what we need invented, an ironable, cuttable light box. And then we'd all get one. Okay, so that's it for my demo tonight. You won't actually get to see what I do with that for quite some time. Yeah, that would work, Melissa. Maybe it would. Is there such a thing as a clear silicone applique mat? I know there's the coloured ones. I'm going to have to look now. I'm going to see if there's a clear one. But would that still be enough between that? It probably would for a quick press be enough to protect your light box if you put a clear silicone applique mat on top of it, so you could still get the light through it, but it might protect the plastic to press it. Anyway, that's my wish. So if I was an engineer or something, I would invent one. I'd have to go on Shark Tank or something to get the money to do it. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, not thinking of a quilting silicone mat, thinking of a cake decorating silicone mat. Oh, Joe just said we did have A3 transparent cutting mats, but I couldn't iron on that though, could I? Will it be an AQC? It will be out by AQC, yes, but it'll actually also be out to a group before that. Simply Sonia Kid, I think you showed the zips a few weeks ago. I haven't showed the lace zips for a little while, but I don't think baking paper would be thick enough to protect the plastic from the iron, Naomi. I think it needs to be something that I won't actually melt the plastic on my light box. Baking paper certainly would help. You could still see through it, but I couldn't iron. I think it wouldn't be enough to protect the plastic, I don't think. The little Christmas quilt in the background, this one, that's in the Simply Applique book, that one. It's backwards on there, isn't it, at the moment? Let me flip around. So so it's the right way. Just give me 1 sec, okay? 1 second, I'll be back. Sorry about that, dog duties. No, it's not your Christmas. No, it's not, Denise. I wouldn't spoil that surprise. It's not your Christmas stitching project in Adelaide. I wouldn't. It's probably maybe a little bit tricky to do that without a light box at a stitching day. But yeah, or you could do your gluey and get it prepped. So no, it's not. But you will see it, maybe just before Christmas. But yes, it will be at AQC next year. Okay, so I think that's all I've got to show you tonight. Unless anyone's got any questions. We're up to 50 minutes anyway, so you've stuck with me for that long. Thank you for all being here. I never think to look at how many is here. 75 people. There you go. I think that's the highest I've had, but then again, I never usually look. So thanks for all joining with me. Hope you learned something. And if there's anything particularly you want me to show you next week, I can. Perhaps we'll do clamshells. Now that you're all inspired to do applecores, perhaps we'll do clamshells. We'll see. And if anyone would like to grab a packet of these and make something and show me your pictures, I'm always welcome to share me your samples that I can use to show people how to use them. A lady in a corset. Oh, I've never looked that shapely, but I suppose some do. I could see what you mean. Okay, clamshells next week. Perhaps we'll do clamshells next week, just like on how Donna's done them here on the Simply Sonia bag, if you missed that before. All right, now we have to draw the winner of our giveaway. Don't know what it is this week, but let me we'll hide that. Oh, hang on a minute. Oops, hiding that. Did I put all the rest of the links in? I think so. Okay. Daylight saving, yes, because do you not have it at all, or you just have it after us? I'm not sure, Shelley. Western Australia have daylight saving, don't they? It's only Queensland that don't, I think, but maybe you change differently. Yes. Okay, let's draw our winner. Okay, and see if I can see it. Cheryl Weston. Well, that's easy. You can pop into the shop and pick it up, Cheryl. Hey, if you're still here, you need to still be here. Let me know you're still here, otherwise I'll do a redraw. So Cheryl, if you're here, just say hello. Put a comment in. I know you were here earlier. Hi, Mandy. You're a bit late. But I think you're up with Fiona at the Schoolers Retreat, aren't you? So thanks for popping in. Cheryl, are you here? Leave us a comment if you're here, or if you've given up and gone and had dinner. Oh, not in Western Australia. There you go. No daylight saving in Western Australia. I didn't know that. Cheryl, she's there. Okay, Cheryl's there. So we won't redraw. She's here. And you can see Joe at the shop sometime and grab your little goodie there. Well, congratulations. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for tuning in. And I shall see you all next week. Sounds like maybe with some clamshells. Have a nice stitchy week. And if you're going to the show this weekend, support the local traders and, well, the traders that have come down, because I'm local and I'm not going, but you feel free to come and see me as well. Janie, will be good to see you. And but enjoy the quilts. So I'm going to pop down and see all the quilts on Sunday. All right. Have a great weekend and a great week. And we'll see you next week.